Have a nice day, guys. So today I'm going to program my admin panel page. So in my previous video I show you how to design this page. So this is admin's dashboard, and I show you how to design this left sidebar and how to design these things. And today I program this. Now I want to show you how it works and what kind of program with this page. And you can see now we have today's mostly sold item, so we have no sold item today, and we have no famous seller today. So we want to purchase something, and let's come to this page and reload this page and see what's happened here. So now you can see there's a daily earnings. There are no daily earnings, and monthly earnings are 2,26,399. So you can see the amount, and we have 5 members join with us. So total engagements equal 5 members, and our monthly sellings are 8 items. So today earnings are so we have not today earnings for now. So let's go to our marketplace of this platform and purchase something. So I am going to purchase something. I want to select something less than 50,000. So I select this PlayStation Portable handheld console, and it is 40,000. And we order. We can order one quantity because increasing quantity will be more than 50,000. So if we increase 2 items, it will be 80,000. So we can't buy it. Yeah, we can't buy it. So this says that this payment cannot be proceeded at the payment amount exceeds. So we want to buy one product, and now it's all good. So we are now choosing this bank card, so I choose MasterCard, and I want to go to this sandbox and testing page and get this MasterCard number and copy it. I want to paste it on there, and I want to type my name, and we want to select fake CVV for here and expire month and year. I choose this. So we want to get future date for that, and now I proceed my payment, and now payment approved, and now we are coming to our invoice page. So you can see we are coming to our invoice page. Now we are going to our admin panel and see what's happened. We are reloading our page. So now you can see it changed. Our mostly sold item is PS5 portable console, and famous seller is this. You can see this, and when we refresh our admin panel, it automatically updates our total active time, and I will show you that. So you can see this 31 seconds. I am reloading my page, and now you can see it's changing. It changed our minutes, seconds, and also it changed our month, days, years, like this. Now our daily earnings are 40,600, and today earnings are one item, and it also updates our monthly earnings and also total settings. And when we register some new clients, we can update this thing also. And I can go manage user page. I hard-coded manage user page for now, and also I hard-code manage product page. So I can bring these 2 videos in my next few videos. So now we are going to program our admin panel page. So I'm going to my Visual Studio Code. So we have to program this file only. So I show you how to design this. So I'm not going to explain about the design. Now I'm going to my program part. So I put my PHP scriptlet tag on the top of the page and start this session and start function and require my connection class. And I want to check any admins, not users, but I want to check any admins logging into our page. So I want to check this with ESET function, and I get this add user associative array for checking my admin users. And now I want to get admin's first name and last name using this add user associative array with this session data variable, and I concat space for here, and now we can get our admin's first name and last name for there. You can see the left bar, we can get admin's name, first name and last name. And I'm going to scroll down. Now we have this kind of programming part for our these div boxes. So we can program our daily earnings, monthly, today earnings, and total engagements, total sellings, and monthly sellings. So I'm going to program that with these 5 variables. So you can see this $a variable, b variable, and I can see this. And also I make that today variable and assign it to date, and this month variable assign it to date, month, and year variable I assign it to years. So I want to get my date format, year, month, and date with this today variable, and I make that this kind of and I make these kind of variable and assign all them to 0 values. And now I need to make my invoice result set and assign it to invoice table, because I want to search invoice table for that. And now I can make my invoice number variable and assign it to invoice result variable and number of variable connection. And we are going to this for loop. We making that for loop using invoice number variable, and now after that for loop we can make our data variable, invoice data variable, and assign it to invoice result set and fetches of connection. And now we can get this $f variable, and now I can assign this to $f plus quantity. So I get my product quantity using invoice data because I need to get purchased quantity. So I want to use invoice data for that, and I make that total quantity here. So you can see the commented line, I make total quantity using this $f variable, and $d variable I get that and assign it to my purchase date. So I can get my purchase date using this invoice data. And we have this explode function here, so we can use this explode function to split a string by string. So you can see we can split some strings by string. So we can split date by time, like that. We can split strings from with this explode function. And using this explode function, I want to separate my date from time. So I want to split. So first I want to split my date, and I make this split date variable and assign it to explode. And I want to get $d to separate date time. And now I am making this p date and assign it to split date variable, and I make this index array for that because I want to get sold date from that. And I am making this if statement. I want to check if my p date is equal to today variable, and if it is equal, I want to get today earnings and sellings. So I get that $a variable to get today sellings and today earnings. Today earnings, I use this $c to get today earnings. And now I want to split months with using this explode, and now I concat this symbol to separate my years, months and dates. And now I want to make this variable p year variable and assign it to split month, and I want to get index arrays. And also there's a p month variable here. I made that p month variable and assign it to split month. And also we are making index array, so I want to get this one value inside this square brackets. And I want to check if my p year variable equals to this year variable, and if it is equal, I am going to this if statement, and in this if statement I want to check my p month variable is equal to this month variable. If it is equal to this month variable, we can make our monthly sellings and earnings using that. And also I am using this $d to get my monthly earnings, monthly sellings, and also $e variable to get my monthly earnings. And I also end my PHP scriptlet tag on there. And now I want to get my all variables inside these spans. So I make my daily earnings like that. So you can see I get $a to make that, and also I want to make my monthly earnings with $b variable, and we get today earnings by this $c variable. So I want to use this variable for today earnings, and $e variable for monthly sellings, and $f variable for total sellings. And now we have total engagement box. So we program now these 5 boxes, and now I want to program this red box. So it means total engagement. So we want to get our all users from our user table. So I get that search query like this and assign it to $result set, and I make this user number variable and assign it to $result set and number of connection. And now I can get my members. Now I can get my quantity of members using this user number variable, and I give that on there and concat my other part of sentence, members join with us. And now we already make our these 6 boxes, and we already purchase some products. It also update this daily earnings and monthly earnings and total savings. Also it updates our today earnings. When we register some clients or any new client come to our platform, it also updates this total engagements. And now I need to program my total active time, which means this, you can see this bar. We can program this using this kind of program. So I will show you that. So this is my program. So I used my PHP scripted tag on there. You can see this div box in 207 line, and it is below to total active time div box. So I want to start my program below that line. So I get my PHP scripted text there, and I start my programming inside that scripted text. Now I make my start date variable and assign it to new date time object, and I get starting time of this e-commerce platform to inside to this object. So date time object. So my platform's starting date is September 27th, and its start time is 12 PM I guess. And I made that t data variable and assign it to date time object, and t set variable for get time zone. So I get my date time zone, and my date time zone is Asia Colombo, and I get $t date and make connection with this set time zone function, and I want to include my t set variable inside this set time zone function. And I also made that end date. So end date means our current date. So I make that end date and assign it to new date time object, and I give this t date and format connection inside this date time object. And I need to get my format like this. First I want to get years, months, date, hours, minutes and seconds. And I need to get my difference between end date and starting date. So I get this diff. So I get this diff function here. So you can see when we use this diff function, we can get return the difference between two date time objects represent as the date interval. So I need to get this diff function here and check my end date and start date difference. And using this difference variable, I want to get my years, months, days, hours, minutes and seconds. So when I get it, I want to put it on there. So you can see now. So when we refresh our page, it's also update our seconds and minutes. So you can see it. Now we want to program this today mostly sold item and today's mostly famous seller. So this is mostly famous seller of today, and this is the mostly sold item for today. And now we are going to this. We can make a frequency result set and assign it to this kind of search query. So I will explain about the search query. So I want to search product ID and I want to count product ID. So I get that keyword here, and what I want to count down, I want to count my product ID. So I include my product ID on the brackets. So I include my product ID inside the brackets, and I want to get my product IDs as value occurrence. So I use this value occurrence with this as keyword, and I want to get these kind of information from my invoice table, and I want to search date from invoice table, and I get date column. And now I use this kind of wildcard search query, and I give this like keyword here. So now it turns into wildcard search query, and I want to search what products today set to. So I want to search today sellings. So I concat this today variable here, and I want to group it by product ID and order by value occurrence. So we get value occurrence as product IDs, and I want to order this by descending order, and I want to limit it to 1. So in that part, so we limit this search query to 1. So if we sold 2 items, we can't see 2 items on there, we can only see mostly sold item only. So I limit it to 1, and it is the brief explanation of this database search query. So in my end of this series, I will start my database management series here. So I will explain more about this kind of search queries in my database management series. So, and I now make my $frequency number variable and assign it to $frequency result set and number rows connection. And if my $frequency number variable greater than 0 value, it executes this line and make this $data variable and assign it to fetch as and $result set connection. And now I can get my mostly sold item using this frequency data variable. And I want to search my product IDs from my product table and assign it to product result set and make product data variable and check fetch as and product result set connection and assign it to product data variable. And I want to get my product IDs using frequency data variable. So we make that variable above the page, so you can see it. And I need to get product image from my image table and assign that search query to image result set variable. And I want to get that image result set variable and check fetch as connections and assign it to image data variable. And I can get my product image using product ID. I can get this product ID using frequency data variable. And same as that, we can get sum of quantity. Means we don't need to get our product quantity, we want to get our sum of quantity that today sells. So I want to get this sum keyword here, and I want to get sum of quantity, and I want to assign it to quantity total using this as keyword. And I want to search my quantity using invoice data, and I want to get my quantity data using this invoice table, and I want to search my product ID in invoice table, and I can get my product IDs using this frequency data variable. And there is a wildcard search query here. I use this like keyword here. I want to get today sales, so I concat this $today variable for here. And we made that quantity data variable and assign it to quantity result set and fetch as a connection. And now we can get our today mostly sold item and solely famous today mostly sold item and today famous seller. So now I am going to get my mostly sold item for today. So I can get that image using this image data variable and using code column, and I can get product title here using product data variable, and also quantity data variable I can get quantity total here, and also we can get our price multiplying this quantity total and product price. Else we come into this else statement if there are no famous sold item on our e-commerce platform today. So if any items are not sold for today, it shows like that. So no famous item sold, and our image source is empty SVG and no image type, and we have no price today. As same as this we can program our user as same as this we can program famous seller of today. So we are making this profile image result set, and I want to get my user's profile image from my profile image table in database, and I want to make this profile data variable here, and now I can get my my user's profile image using this profile data, and I made that user result set, and now I can make user data variable using this user result set and fetches of connection. And you know this query, we don't need to explain about this query. We can get our users data using our user table, and I can get user's email using product data variable. And as same as we did on above, we can get our mostly famous seller using this profile data, and I want to get profile image path column, and I can get seller's first name, last name, email and mobile using this user data variable. And if there are no famous seller for today, we can show this kind of design for our admins. And also there's a first place or our own CSS class here, so we can give this icon using this first place on CSS part. So now you know how we program our admin panel dashboard. So when we solve any item, we can update these two boxes, and also when we refresh our page, we can update this total active time, and also when we sell items, we can update this daily earnings, monthly earnings and today earnings, these all items. And I will show you how to search something from date, and how to search something using date range, and also we can in my next video we can see how we can program and design our manage all user page. So you can see the design is simple, so I don't need to bring one video for design, so I can explain about my design and program with one video. And our manage product also same as this, I don't need to show you how to design it. I will show you the design and program with one video. So today video is over guys, so I want to make my admin panel program. So we did it successfully, so I'm going to wind up my video. So thank you guys all the support of this series. So I will bring you a next series sooner within 2 weeks I guess. So it's a DBMS series, so that means database management system series. So I will bring you 50 videos from that series also. So hang tight with me guys, I will bring some interesting series for you. Alright guys, I see you soon in my next video. Peace.